It's
Thursday.
Thursday.
Yes.
Okay, now, all right. Good morning, everyone. Good morning.
Yes, and I also have joining us today, Madam Abimbola Onibugi. Good morning,
Good
Abimbola.
morning, everybody.
Good morning.
I'm good.
Good to have you join us this morning.
Thank you so much.
Yes. All right. To be a part of the conversation today, you can call us up on 07000 or 090-256-25455. You can also send in your comments via text or WhatsApp message on 070-317-56537. And you can listen to us live from any part of the world at www.wfm917.com. Now let's take this one. So this one now says the House of Representatives has urged the federal government to honor all frontline health workers in the treatment of COVID-19 patients all over the country. I think this is a very good one because honestly, 2020 was actually a lot. And for everyone in that sector, big thumbs up to them because they were all at the front border ensuring that people were being taken care of regardless. And I mean, that profession is really one that we should celebrate because they could have, as well as let's just keep safe to protect their own lives, but they went all out to ensure that people. I think we should actually celebrate them.
Okay, yes, we should celebrate them. Always, always. He who has life. I can even say rice don't day and all that. Then I'm looking at I also want to celebrate the governor of Lagos State point for COVID-19 was Lagos. And if something is coming from a particular place and if it is not well handled,
From the source.
it could be aggravated and all that and all that. And I would, of course, we know that we are not out of the woods yet, but we have gone far. You see, looking at all of these frontline health workers and all, the pressure was immense and unprecedented. You understand? And you could, I remember there was a time I have, some loved ones all over the world, and they're into this profession. And we would talk at different times during the lockdown. There was a particular one that was like, she was just crying. She said, I'm tired, I'm scared, I'm this, I'm that. People are just dying and I'm helpless and all that. That could really be traumatic. And, you are looking at post-traumatic, syndrome and all that. So they went through a lot. So it is not too much for them to be appreciated. And this is coming on the heels of the call for action by WHO and partners to protect health workers. Because from the information given, I read that between January last year and May this year, between 80,000 to 150,000 health workers lost their lives. And that is huge.
It is.
That is huge. Coming down to Nigeria, I remember there was a particular time that it was so bad. I think it was actually very, very bad at a point in Kogi and Plateau State, where doctors and nurses were just, picking up this virus and dying. You understand? It became so scary. So I want to really commend them. I hope this is not one of our, talks that we pay a lot of lip service to, and then it comes up and it dies as it has come up. So there should be action to match this. Yes, to match this because they really deserve it. They deserve it.
Thank you very much, Ibina. But Buki, what are your thoughts on this?
Yes, I was looking at Ibinabo while she was talking that Ibinabo, okay, she's celebrating them. But I like the fact that she ended at the place where I want to start.
Okay.
I totally agree that they should honor them, they should celebrate them. But the issue is how. How do they want to celebrate them? I mean, we all know that we talk too much, but action is very low. So I want the how. Maybe Ibinabo can because it's not that you are hailing them. You understand? But the issue is how.
Okay.
in terms of their welfare. I mean, we know of the battles they've been fighting for, God knows, even during COVID and all that.
Yeah.
You know, where they went on strike and things like that.
Mhm.
I mean, then also in terms of even not common things that you will see in an hospital. I don't know. I've not been to a general hospital before. I mean, during this
Recently.
period,
Okay.
to know even ordinary face mask. Maybe it's
If they
free
have.
for the nurses and free for the technicians and things like that. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't know if the water is running. I don't know if common soap is there for them to use. I don't know. These are little things, you know, that, and then also
The allowances.
allowances. You understand?
Yes.
It should not be something that they will demand. It should be something that they will say, thank God I don't hear baga. You
Okay.
understand? I mean, if you want to honor them, these are the things that, I mean, these are the simple things, the level one things you can do to honor
Sure.
them. Then, of course, now look at, you know, you talked about therapy when you're talking about,
Yes,
you know, it's trauma.
post-traumatic,
Yeah.
yes.
Because you see, Nigerians are yet to come to terms that there is something called trauma. Thank God we are talking about it, you know. Well, we'll keep talking, you know, because they, apart even from them, they are family members. Because you can imagine when they are coming back from work, their children, I mean, maybe their spouse will say, don't
Try
hug
to
mommy yet.
yeah,
And
true.
all that. It is traumatic that you cannot
is.
go and hug your mom and all that. A lot of people will not talk. But what are they doing? Are they having sessions with them, you know, I mean, are they engaging, you know, trauma care specialists, you know, to just have a talk with them, those that have issues, you know, to come and talk to them and all that and all that. And then, of course, what is that special thing apart from allowance? What is that special thing that that they will know that the government in fact
Have
one
done this.
batiwa that we're in
All
the
right.
health? What is that special thing that they want to do for them?
All right. Thank you very much, Buki Abimbola. What are your thoughts on this? Well, looking at all of this,
I also want to quickly add to what Buki said.
Okay.
It's nothing new, but then it's just to talk to further buttress on the post-traumatic stress disorder that they have been going through. And I remember at the early stages of the advent of COVID-19 into Nigeria, there was a video, a voice note that went viral on WhatsApp.
Okay.
A doctor was actually trying to send a message to her loved ones. She hadn't seen them for weeks. And she became very apprehensive because of the way people were dying. People were picking up this virus and everything.
Okay.
And she sent the voice note to someone in her family. And this voice, somebody just had to post it to the world. And I think at that point, their Oga, I wouldn't know her position, a particular woman, another voice note came, and they were really on this other doctor for sending her such voice notes. So I'm asking myself now, what has happened to that doctor? What have you done with her? Because what she was trying to alert her family on eventually came to be.
I remember.
You understand? So you see, it wasn't funny, and I wouldn't want to imagine what you through from her organs. You understand? So I just also to add that I hope we are still keeping to the protocol to keep ourselves safe.
All right. Thank you very much, Ibina. But to be a part of the conversation, you can call us up on 07000 917 917 or 090 256 254. You can also send us a Now, talking about insecurity, insecurity actually affects everything, like everything, all sectors, everybody. Now, let's come down to education. Insurgents in Shiroro local government area of Niger State have been forcing parents to withdraw their children from schools and flouting government orders. Now, on the other hand, the bandits have resorted to burning of farm produce in the communities because farmers reportedly refuse to pay the tax imposed on them. So there's been like farmers are actually going through a lot right now because imagine having to plant in your farm, then you have to pay tax to access your farm, you have to pay tax to be able to get out the farm produce and all of that. And now students too are also scared of going to school. Parents are now being forced to withdraw their children from school because you are not sure of a child you're sending to school in the morning. You're not sure of the child's returning back home safely. It's really, really sad, Ibinabo.
Okay, let's take Niger State for example. I remember that the governor came out to say that they had spent over 605 million on IDPs.
Okay.
internally displaced persons.
Persons, yeah.
And at a point, the chairman of the secretary to the state government of Niger State, Ahmed Matana, said, and I quote, that the Boko Haram and a faction of the ISWAP, that is Islamic State of West African Province, are setting up camps in the state. And he said they are telling communities that they are God sent and they want to establish a caliphate. You understand? So they are enjoining the people to forsake Western education and embark on civil disturbance. And they claim they are not kidnappers, and they are promising to deal with issues of criminality and other related stories. So these are what they are bringing to the people. So, if you live in such communities, first off, you know that you are under siege because they are coming with all of the weapons, to literally tie your hands and then render you helpless. Then again, you're thinking about, okay, what they are saying. You understand that we are going to deal with all of the criminal activities in your community. And, it's a way of trying to lure them, trying to gently cajole them to accepting Boko Haram in their communities. I remember there was a particular year, I think it was 2017 or thereabout, still on this program, we discussed about a young guy who was formerly a member of Boko Haram, who became repentant. And when interviewed, he said, actually, he didn't voluntarily go into be a member of the insurgents, that they came to their community in Borno State. And then they were sharing crispy note of 1,000 naira. He said he had never seen 1,000 naira note all his life. So, one could easily imagine the effect that would have on them in the community. They were sharing this money, and then they made an announcement that if you needed loan, that they were going to give you loan of 5,000 naira. That was probably to them 5 million naira. And they were giving out loans. But the condition was, if you couldn't pay up the loan, you would have to release a child in your family to be a member of the insurgents. You understand? So, I'm seeing the same thing, something similar happening here too. They are going about telling parents to withdraw their children from school. You understand? In a region where we have a lot of out of school children
already.
Honestly, at this point, I think the president should be on his toes, because he's the commander-in-chief of the armed forces. He's the CEO of security, and his priority is to protect lives and property in the country.
All right, thank you, Bina. But Buki, what are your thoughts on this?
Nigeria is one of the fragile countries. And what do I mean by that? You are on your own. The government is not there.
Yeah, local government yourself.
That is it.
Oh dear.
That is what is playing out. Because in a country where you have governance, why would somebody come into your territory and lay claim on your citizens in whatever form, whatever shape? That they are even now saying that for you to access your farm, you must pay tax. So it just shows that somebody somewhere is not in charge. That's the truth. It is that thing, that ball that is supposed to carry is no longer carrying it. So what is the way forward? Because our citizens every day, they are going through. In fact, which one is more than trauma? Look at the story Binabo mentioned. Do you know how many people fell into that? Because what? Poverty. We're talking about 33%. We're talking about unemployment rate. And that is even in the cities, not talk of in the rural areas. How can somebody in this day and age say, I've not even seen 1,000 naira before? Crips note.
A young man.
Crips note. We should be crying that how come? And yet we call ourselves the giant of Africa. And yet we are the first person that will board the plane and go for all kinds of international conferences and talk. Meanwhile, we will not stay in our own house and clean our home. It's a shame. It calls for concern. We will keep praying. But then, like my friend, angels will not come down to develop our nations.
Mm.
We are the ones to develop our nations. We don't have to wait for WHO or for UNICEF or whatever to tell us what our problems are. We know, but it's just that we are not confronting it. And this is where we speak also to the so-called people that are our senators. I'm not happy this morning at all. I am not.
Okay.
It's not just, things are not just smiling. We need to talk to ourselves. What are
Same
they
here. Same
doing?
here.
What are they doing? What laws are they there to promulgate? What are they doing? And yet, our own citizens, innocent people, are dying every day. They are traumatized every day. And then we'll come and say that we are reciting the national anthem and help the youth the truth to know. How will the youth know the truth when the leaders so-called are not doing it? I mean, I give kudos to the so-called governors, and they're doing their best. But honestly,
It's not easy.
it's not easy. They're going through a lot. So this thing has to come from the guy himself. That's the truth. It should give the others.
All right.
Should give the others. We're tired.
All right. Thank you very much, Buki. It's 26 minutes to 10 on Women Radio 91.7. And if you're just joining us, this is Panorama. Panorama is where we have ladies from different operatives of the anti-human trafficking unit of the Nigerian Security and Command have arrested one Elisha F. Young for allegedly conniving with his wife to sell their two daughters aged 6 and 4. This, I don't know how, but at what point do you get that you have to sell your children to pay your debts? This is really, really sad. I'm very sure that this is no credit to what the man has done, but I'm very sure that the man must have looked around and maybe there's no soccer coming forth or there's nobody to turn to or anything. But for this to be his last resort, it is really, really sad, Ibnabo.
He should have sold himself. Why didn't he sell himself? What if he didn't have children?
What if it
You understand?
Mm.
Yes, I won't take away the fact that the economy is very, very fragile. The economy has really bastardized a lot of things in the country. But why? He had to sit down with his wife and plan on this to sell two innocent children. Having said that, you see, Esther, when push comes to shove, your real person comes to the fore. You understand?
Yeah.
I can't say suddenly because let's say Ghanaians overwhelm Nigeria and I begin to speak Ghanaian language. We are one here. It has to be something inherent. You understand?
Yeah.
Maybe situation never brought it to the fore. Because for any parent to sit down, when as a parent, when your child is hurting, you are frustrated. You will now have the mind, the heart to carry two children to sell. So after you have sold those two children and you have offset your debt and you have done whatever, then what next? You begin to pick other people's children. That's what they would do. Because I saw a video that went viral.
Some things are not done.
selling your own children. Not even other
girls. Most times, even at Greek,
girls are now good in science related subjects. Though, if you look at the ratio, if you go to a qualificational school, if you go to find the ratio of girls to boys, be physics, subjects like physics, we still have higher number of boys. Be physics. But I think the number of girls are going. There are so many girls and other related subjects. Unlike
thank you very much, Abimbola. Now let's talk about the studies for girls.
know that it is not this technology is not meant for men alone. It's not meant for males alone. That females can also get involved. When you electrical works and all the rest, but there are some other things. That's why I say that. Overcome that problem. That this is a difficult subject, and we have made it very interesting in so many ways. We have provided all the materials that are just even they gave them textbooks, they gave them notebooks, bags, everything to encourage them. I know one of the as long as soon as the baby or the little child, is growing up, going to school, they begin to hear, I think everybody here knows that. Yeah. So it begins to form in their mind. So I celebrate you to break those molds. To say there is nothing like that. I have a testimony. I had that massive, and it affected me. Until one day I had to speak to a friend of mine. I said, you know, I'm always watching that. What is it like? She said, so that she first sit down, she loves it, and she took it like from the base, and it helped me. And now I love her. But I think what for joining us today. Thank you so much for the show. Thank you, Regina, for so we talk Panorama today, and I'll leave you with this word. Try as much as possible to encourage your children in whatever goal, subject, or department they want to go, career-wise. I know they are children. Sometimes just let them be. Let them make the mistakes. Better, I know. But just allow them to be their own. Just begin to guide them and just let them go through. All right. Panorama is where we have the list of different things students come together